Alright, Brush Monkeys, we're back and we're starting in on our Gunfighters 2 project, all the female gunslingers from various movies. And we're starting off with Sharon Stone from The Quick and the Dead. It's another one of my favorite westerns. Kind of hard to find on streaming services, but it's a good one. It's got Gene Hackman, Russell Crowe, and Leonardo DiCaprio. It's about this town that holds a gunfighters conference every year, and they test themselves out against each other, and the winner gets, I think, $10,000, which doesn't seem like a lot for your life, but it's a lot for for the Old West. Anyway, as you saw in our previous slide, I laid out all the pieces that you needed to do Sharon Stone for this one, and I included a picture of Sharon Stone of what I was going for with this. So here's what the finished mini ends up looking like. Okay. I've got her all zenithal primed and everything. So we're going to be doing her skin with pale skin with a flesh wash, and then pale skin highlights, zealot yellow for her hair, black Templar, actually this one's black Legion, for her jacket, pants, and hat, ivory for her shirt with a thin down strong tone wash, snakebite leather for her gun belt, holster, and boots, black and steel for the bullets, which you can just barely see in there, brass for the bullet casings, and then basic dirt, agrellan earth, and tyrant skull for the basing. So I think it's going to turn out really nice. So let's go ahead and set the camera off and get started on her. See you in a bit. Alright, Brush Monkeys, we made a little progress on our girl here. We got the skin painted and washed. We got her ivory shirt. You can see a little bit painted there and painted around the parts of her wrists. I have not done the wash on those yet. I'm going to wait for the skin, for the flesh wash here to dry. And I decided I was also going to go with a thin seraphim, or thin sepia tone, or soft tone, and it's kind of like seraphim sepia, instead of the thin strong tone, because I don't want it to look quite dirty. I just kind of want it to look a little dingy, which I think it'll do just fine. As you can see, I've also painted her vest with Army Painter Castle Gray, which is kind of a grayish army green. I realized she was wearing a vest on the figure and found a picture of her from the movie wearing a vest, and that Castle Gray is a pretty good approximation of that color on her vest, so I think that's going to look really good. So that's what she normally looks like. I could have also painted a palomino gold if I wanted to, but I don't want to go that far. I really like this picture and the one that I posted with the at the start of the video, so that's kind of the look I'm going for with her here. When the flesh wash dries, I'll paint the pale skin back on there and paint her lips with the brown rose, and then I'll do her hair with the eye end in yellow, and once that dries, we'll do the Black Legion on her hat, jacket, and pants. So it's going to be a quick little paint job, I think. So see you in a bit. Alright, made some more progress on our gal here. The flesh wash is dried, so I went ahead and did the highlights with the pale skin. Did her lips in the brown rose. Painted her teeth, got her hair. I'm waiting for that hair to dry before I do the Black Templar, but because I still got to do the gun belt and boots in snakebite leather, I'm going to go ahead and do them next. And then we'll come back and do the Black Templar for the hat, jacket, and pants. I think that's going to work out really nice. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright, we got her gun belt and boots done. Painted a little black and steel on her pistol there. And did the, I don't know if you can see it, the bullets, belt buckle, and the shell casings on her belt. So all that's left to do now is her hat, jacket, and pants in the Black Legion. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then we will come back and take one last look at her before we do the base. And yeah, should be done pretty soon. Quick little paint job. So I'll see you in a bit. Bye. Alright, boys and girls, I think we've made some progress on our gal here. The Black Legion looks pretty good on her, but I think I'm going to let that dry. Then I'm going to go back over it with the Vallejo Black Gray, just to pick out the details like the collar of her jacket, the hat band, you know, the folds of her pants, that kind of thing. But she's looking pretty good. She's looking about how I wanted her to look for this. So I'm going to do the black gray once the Black Templar dries, and then we will come back and take another look at her before we do the basing. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, one last update before we get on with the basing. As you can see, I've done the black gray on all the Black Templar parts, kind of highlight it. It looks really nice. I like how that turned out. And I based the base in the basic dirt. And the next step is, once that dries, paint it with white glue, and then the Grelin Earth Crackle Medium here. And then when that dries, dry brush it with the Tyrant Skull, and then we're done. So I'm going to go ahead and call this gal done for now. Next time you see her, she'll be completely finished. But I think she turned out really well. I like how she looks. Thanks for watching, and next week we'll do another one. See you in a bit. Bye. Alright, brush monkeys. There's our finished Sharon Stone from The Quick and the Dead. I think she turned out really nice. Really like how she looks. So I'm going to go ahead and call this one done. And next week we'll be doing Salma Hayek from Banditos in this series. So that should be fun. So we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hey Brush Monkeys, Tom from Flying Monkey Studios here. If you like what you see, click like. If you want to be notified when new videos come out, click subscribe. In the meantime, check out my other social medias on Instagram, Facebook, Hive, Tumblr, a couple others. I'm literally everywhere, Flying Monkey Studios. Go check that out. And thanks for watching. And in the meantime, I will see you guys later. Have a good day. Bye.